I am going to install Arch Linux into my laptop right here. And if you take a look here, you don't see any wired connection. I don't have one because I'm going to connect to the internet by the Wi-Fi that is tethering from my phone, my cell phone, a cheap cell phone that I have here. Now I plug the Arch Linux USB image into the computer, and I'm going to set the BIOS to boot from the ISO image that I have plugged in here. So your one will be different than mine. Just pay attention on this. I just set the boot override to USB, and that's all I do. So I hit enter, and then this screen will show up here. Once that you boot to the root shell, the first thing that you have to do is to check if we have internet connection, because the installation process without internet access, you fucked up. Now if you type in pinggoogle.com and you get no results like what I got here, the way that we'll get connect is this way. If you take a look at the IWCTL, type IWCTL and you hit enter. Now you see that the shells is already changed. The next command you're going to type is device list. You'll see that in my case here I got WLAN 0 that's showing up. I don't know what it will show on your list, but let's type in what you see in your list. The next command you're going to type is station and your device, in my case here WLAN 0, and get networks. Hit enter. You're going to see the Wi-Fi network that you got there. In my case here I got NetDetect. I'm going to connect to this. The next command that I'm going to type in is station WLAN 0 connect NetDetect. That in my case, NetDetect is my network name. So you type in your network, okay? Then you hit enter. You have to put your Wi-Fi password in. Hit enter. You're going to get connect right now. Type in exit, hit enter. Back to the root shell again. Now in the root shell, you issue the command pinggoogle.com and hit enter. You should get the reply like this. So if you get the replies like this, it means that you're already connected to the internet and you're good to go now. If not, you go back and do the same step again. I saw this step has nobody show on YouTube, so I think it is because everybody think this step is very easy, so they just don't care about that. But for the noob, this is not easy at all because everything is in black and white, no any graphical interface. So you have to care about this. And I don't think anyone really do it on laptop, especially for the noob. But if anyone like to do, this is the way you're going to do. Now I'm going to use Word Manager to show you, because the only process that I do on laptop is just only the way that I'm connect to the internet and get the internet work. So the next thing we're going from now is everything absolutely the same that I do in Word Manager here and what I do from my laptop. So to quit out from the ping command here, you press Ctrl C. Just in case you wonder how do I set it up on Word Manager, so I just do it off the camera. I start a Word Manager, then I click on Create New. We're going to find our ISO. Let me move this here. Click forward, and I'm going to give this guy 2048 with 2 GB of RAM, and it's going to be 2 CPU. Actually one is enough, it's okay. But I just want it to be more smoother. Click on forward. The hard disk drive is going to be 30. And everything here is fine. It says Arch Linux -2 because I have Arch Linux before. And I'm click on customize configuration before install because I need EFI. My version network is not active. Let's active now. And then down here at the firmware, choose UFI. The chipset here, I'll leave it like this. I just only change here UFI. Now click apply and click on begin installation. I hit enter. and then I make it full screen, which is not really full screen because it's still small. Now when I try this on laptop, I don't have the internet, so I just run iwctl like this, as you see before. And to test if I have internet, I type in pinggoogle.com and hit enter. Now I got a reply from Google. Of course I have internet because this is the virtual environment. So the internet that I have is just kind of like I plug it in the wire connection. Now I press Ctrl C to quit ping. And the next command I'm going to run is -ctl and hit enter. You're going to see that at the NTP service it say inactive. It means not active. So we're going to active that. The command is -ctl space set-ntp space true, and then you hit enter. It's going to seem like it's was stuck at this page, but it's actually, if you hit enter, it will out from this. The next command we're going to run is fdisk-l to see what is the hard disk drive that we have. So my fdisk drive, if you take a look on the first one after root, it says disk/dev/vda. That our hard disk drive where we're going to install Arch Linux. So select that one. Select the one that you see. If you use VirtualBox, this will be /dev/sda. So your command will be cfdisk followed by /dev/your hard disk. In my case here is VDA. Hit enter, and at this step I used to choose GPT, but I got some error on my laptop. So when I try to use this on Dart, it succeeded. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I do something wrong with that. But I'm going to choose Dart this time. So you can press up and down arrow key to select, and then you hit enter to Dart. Now at the free space, you see that the highlight to new at the bottom. So if you move the arrow key to left and right to select the menu down here. Now at new, I'm going to hit enter on the free space, and then I'm going to type here 550 a capital M, and then I hit enter. I'm going to select primary here. Actually is the default, so hit enter, and also I hit the letter B on the keyboard to flag it as boot. Now I'm going to press right arrow key to type, and then I hit enter, and I'm going to find EFI. This is very important. You need to find the EFI, otherwise you can't install Grub. Now the first partition, the boot partition, is already set. Move the cursor to free space, and then you hit enter. I'm going to use the rest of this, which 29.5 gigabyte. Hit enter and select primary, and then we're going to move the cursor to right menu. We're going to write this hard disk scheme, and now you're going to type yes and then hit enter. Now we're done with this. You press the arrow key to quit, and then you press enter. Next, we have to format the disk. You can do this by mkfs dot. The first partition is going to be fat -f32. It will be dev VDA1. If you cannot remember your hard disk name or your hard disk label, I don't know what the word for that, you can type in lsblk you'll see that I have VDA1 and VDA2. So which means I have to type in /dev/VDA followed by the label. Now my command will be nkfs dot fat dash capital F 32 dev VDA1 and hit enter. Is already formatted to FAT32 file system. With the big partition, we're going to format it into ext4 followed by dev VDA2. Now, if you run lsblk again, you're going to see, oh, sorry, you have to mount this first. The commands will be mount /dev/VDA2. We're going to mount this into MNT. Then we're going to do mkdir make directory into MNT, the directory called boot, and now we're going to mount the dev VDA1 to MNT boot. Then hit enter and type in lsblk. You'll see that the drive VDA1 is mounted to MNT/boot, and the drive VDA2 has mounted to /MNT. So if you got something like this, you're good to go. And the next command will be packstrap MNT. This command will be download your Arch Linux, your base and base dev. The command will be packstrap/MNT base dev. I spelled wrong. Make sure you spelled it right before you hit enter. So that should be base dev, Linux firmware, and Vim. We need Vim to edit the file for later. So as you maybe know this, if you maybe have seen this for thousands of times from the other people, I'm doing the same as you always see on YouTube. And also the YouTube link that I have watching is listed below. You can check out the description down below and also the step that I walked through. Now you hit enter, and this will be depending up on how fast of your internet connection is. If your internet is slow, like what I have here, this step is going to take you more than 20 minutes. Well, in my case, it's more than 20 minutes. So I got something wrong. Sorry, guys. So you see, even I have been using Linux for a while, but I can do some stupid mistakes of the camera. You see that it's base devil, not base devil. So the error says fail to install package to new root because it cannot find base devil. Okay, let's do it now. It's 505.43 megabytes to download. So this is going to take me over 20 minutes. I'll be back when it's done. This process will only take you about 2 or 3 minutes, but in my case, I have slow internet, so this step, just only the packstrap command itself, it took me 15 minutes. The next command that we're going to run is genfs tab. The command is genfs tab dash capital U, /MNT, and then 2 greater than sign, followed by MNT /etc/fs tab. Hit enter. Now you type archroot mnt bin/bash/bin/bash. Hit enter. You will see that the root color now is changed from red to white. And if I do ls, now you're going to see that the directory in here, bin, boot, dev, etc., home, and so on. So it means we can use pacman to install the package in here. So what I'm going to install in here, let's run this command. Pacman -S network manager grub EFI boot mgr wireless tools, WPA supplicant, dialog, and Git. So I need Git. The wireless tool is a program that you can select the network, your Wi-Fi network later, and dialog is a program to show the interface later. Network manager is what we need to connect to it to the internet, because it's network manager, that's the name. Alright, now hit enter to install all of this. You hit Y and hit enter to install. It's 34 megabyte something. Before I forget, this command we have to type systemctl enable network manager, because we need the network when we reboot. There's no E, so it's system, but the command is systemctl enable. Next we're going to install Grub. You can do it by typing grub -install --target equal x86_64-EFI --EFI directory equal /boot bootloader ID equal to grub. Don't forget the -- in front of bootloader, otherwise will throw error. Now hit enter to install Grub. So if you come up with something like this, installation finishes, no error reported, so it means we're good to go. The next command we're going to do grub config. The command is grub mkconfig -o /boot/grub/grub.cfg. Now Grub is installed and already configured. If you have the message like this, it means you are good. But if you find some error, it means you not follow the step that I show you. Let's go back and watch it carefully. Now we're going to set the password for the root. The command is passwd. Hit enter and you type in the password. My case is 1234 and then 1234 again. Then we have to set the locale for this by run the command vim /etc/locale.gen. Hit enter. What you're going to do now, you press slash and then you type in en_US and hit enter. Now you're going to press N and N again. You're now in enus.utf-8. What you're gonna do is you press H and then the letter X to uncomment that. So in Vim, if you want to move up, you can press the letter K, the key K on your keyboard. You want to move down is the letter J. You want to move to the right, the letter L. You want to move to the left, the letter H. Now we're good with this. You press escape:\WQ to write and quit. Now hit enter. We have to generate this file too by typing locale-gen and then you hit enter. Now you see that we have en_us.utf-8. Now we have to make a config for the locale. Type in vim etc locale.conf. Hit enter. This is the new file. Now if you want to put anything in here, right now you cannot put anything in here unless you press the letter I. And now you can start to type in. You type in lang equal en_us. It's actually .utf-8. Make sure that your file will look like this. Now you press escape:\WQ, write and quit, and then you hit enter. That will be save the file. Next you need your computer name. Let's type in vim /etc/hostname. You're going to name this computer. You can name anything. My one will be ArchOS. Press escape:\WQ. Remember how to type thing in here. Before you type, you hit I first. Next we're going to link the time zone. The command is lnsf/usr share zone info. I am in Asia, so I would type AIS and tab. So you type 2 letters and you tab. And I am in Thailand, so it will be Bangkok. We're going to link this with etc local time. Next, we're going to add the regular user because now we only have root user. So to add new user, you type user add -mg, and we're going to put him in view group because he's going to access sudo command, and put in his name. So Farouk in my case. So you can put your name. Next, you set the password for Farouk, pass WD, and followed by your name. Hit enter, and then you can type in the password and hit enter, and type password again, hit enter. We're going to edit Soduyer file by typing vim/etc/soduyers and then hit enter. You're going to find the line that the view line. So what you're going to do is you press slash and then you put view. It's going to take you to this line. You hit enter and then you press J one time and then you press Shift I. The cursor will be blink at the very beginning of the line. What you're going to do now is you press the arrow key to the right and then you delete this. Now you're going to get the line like this. Now you press escape and then you press O to go to new line, and then you type in default exclamation TTY_ tickets. Now you press escape WQ exclamation because we have to force save this file. This one is read only file. Now hit enter. Now we have Farouk as the user already and he can access to sudo command. And later I want the graphic interface too. So we're going to use DWM. It's light. So if you want to use another desktop like KDE or GNOME or XFCE, you go ahead and do that. Alright. Now what I'm going to type in is pacman -S exalt Firefox because we need the web browser. lightdm -gtk-greeter-setting. We need this file. Now let's install this package. I'm going to hit enter to select everything and hit enter again and then hit Y and hit enter. It's 236 megabytes something to download, so it's gonna take time. Now our installation is already finished for this, and the rest of the program we're going to do it later. Now I'm going to type in access and you mouse -R/MNT to unmouse everything. So now you're good. You can do reboot. When you reboot again this time, it will drop you at the login page. And you try to put the root and the password is what you create. Now, you may thinking that you are connecting to the internet, but it's not. Let's try to ping google.com. You'll see that you get the name results fail. Like what I show you in the picture here. That is because your interface has changed. It's not WLAN 0 at all right now. It will be changed to your interface. So this time you may have to type in NMTUI and hit enter. You're now going to get this menu. So what you're going to do is you press down arrow key to select active A network. You hit enter, then you'll be able to select your Wi-Fi network right now. You hit enter again to your Wi-Fi network and then you type in your Wi-Fi password. Hit enter again, you're now going to connect. And the next step is you try to close this window by pressing tab and tap again until you can select back and then you hit enter. Now you go back to the root shell. So this is our Arch install. Now let's log in because we have the user already. Username Farouk. Let's log in. The password is 1234. And then you type in sudo pacman-s neofetch. Hit enter and you type in your password. And then you press Y, hit enter. You're going to get the package, the first package. Now you type in neofetch. If you get the image like this, you're very good now. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to set the graphic interface. Now let's type in ls. You see that you get nothing right here. ls-la again. You have the folder called .configs. Before I forget, remember we already installed LightDM. So let's type in sudo systemctl enable LightDM and then you hit enter. Type in sudo mkdir /usr share exceptions and then you hit enter. Now let's cd into this folder by typing cd usr share exceptions, hit enter. There will be nothing in here. Now you type in sudo touch dwm.desktop. This is going to be the desktop entry. Hit enter and type in sudo vim dwm.desktop. Hit enter. It's going to open the file. Now you press I, open bracket, desktop entry, and then close bracket. The second line you're going to type in encoding equal UTF-8 exact equal DWM icon equal DWM type equal exception. Make sure you capital X and S. Comment will be anything. Now let's save the file. Press escape :WQ, save and quit. We need to enable AUR too because this will be easier for us to install package. To do that, you type in Git Clone https://aur.archlinux.org/ye.git. We're going to clone this into our home directory. The folder name will be ye. Hit enter. It's going to clone it for us. Now let's cd in that by typing cd /. Type ls, you will see pkg build. You type in make pkg-si. Press Y, hit enter. We're going to install a dependency. Press Y for that and you hit enter. Now ye is already installed and set up. Next we're going to clone DWM. So type in git clone https://git.sucklet.org/dwm and we're going to clone it into .configs dwm. And we also need dmenu. You just press up arrow key and then left arrow key to edit the command here. Just change it from dwm to dmenu. Then we need st too. st is the terminal. We need that. Now let's build the package by typing cd /.config dwm, and then you're going to type in sudo make clean install. Do the same thing by typing sudo ..d-menu and sudo make clean install. And also we have to build st too. Now we're done with this. Before I forget, we have another 2 or 3 package more to install. Let's do it now. We need Pocket Genome and LX session, and we also need file manager too. I'm going to use Nautilus. Alacrity is my favorite terminal, and XVT Unicode. Let's install this package. Alright, now type in reboot. Let's see if we can have a graphical interface. And voila, we have a graphic interface. Now type in the password, you hit enter, and it's going to show you the window like this. In the menu, if you want to run the program, you do like, you press mod key. Actually mod key is alt key, the alternate key, and P. And now I type in Firefox, hit enter. Now I get the Firefox, and I press alternate and the number 2, it will go to the tag 2. Now I press alternate shift enter to open the terminal. You see that the terminal is also very small too. This video is very long, longer than, I believe it's longer than anyone would show you how to install Arch Linux. And the reason that I'm doing this is because for the noob to install Arch Linux on the real machine is completely impossible, because it's not that easy. But you see that I can do it right now, and I believe you also can do it too. So if you like me to do patching the D menu, I'm going to do a video about this soon enough after this. For today, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you get some value from this video. Goodbye.